Golf Sierra Alpha checks complete, ready to line up 2-1 for circuits. Good lookout on the final approach, no one coming.
No.
No non-radio traffic on base leg.
Yeah, clear all round.
Use up all the runway that you have.
Roger. Typically you'd have done a right turn there, wouldn't you, normally?
No, left turn.
Yeah, mate.
For you to see.
For me it's left, yeah. Okay.
Center line. It's a very slight right-hand crosswind. Our aiming point, there's a tractor. Takeoff point estimated by the third cone on the right.
Okay.
And abort point, first cone on the right after the checkerboard.
Roger.
Okay, stick neutral. Looks good. Full power coming up smoothly. Check engine RPM with the throttle fully forward, 4.9. Right rudder to steer straight. Ease the nose wheel up. Check the airspeed, 27 knots, 30 knots. Off you go. Lower the nose just a tad. Speed's building up. Track straight. About 2 kilos of right rudder pressure required. Keep the wings level. And off you go. By the end of the runway, we are at 200 feet now. That's the end of the runway. Climb rate is good. Climb speed is about 60 knots there. And we are tracking 210 degrees. 300 feet, one flap up. 500 feet, second flap coming up. And trim for climb. 70 knots. Still tracking about 210 degrees. 700 feet coming up. T's and P's look good. No other traffic on the climb out. .900 feet coming up. Anticipate 1,000 feet. Attitude for level flight. Check speed, building up to 90 knots. Power back to 4,200. Retrim for level flight. That's your climb out done. Good look around to the right and
Roger.
left. No other traffic. Choose a reference point on the left for a crosswind turn. And commence a turn. Squeeze, roll left, squeeze the rudder left. Just a teeny weeny bit. Check attitude. And it's a level turn at 1,000 feet with about 90 knots. There's a reference point of the 2 chimneys. Roll out of the turn. Look for the runway. Can you see it at your 8 o'clock runway threshold? Top end of the runway threshold?
I see it.
And turn left.
So we're still inside the M25. Yep. We're actually over Aveley, yes?
Yeah. It's quite hazy with this mist and the inversion layer. You see how brown that layer is?
Yeah.
So it's better to do a circuit closer to the runway than further out.
We turned better than 90 degrees, haven't we?
Yeah. About here on a track of 030. And call downwind now. On Judge Golf Sierra Alpha downwind 2-1. Begin your downwind checks. Dead side is clear. No other traffic.
Roger.
Fuel sufficient.
Yep.
Flaps are up.
Yes.
Trim is set. And carry on the rest of the downwind. We've transmitted our downwind call. Now check the windsock.
I'm actually, yeah, I can see it.
Saw the windsock. Okay,
Yeah.
so now you know it's still runway 21 in use. When the bottom threshold of the runway or the silver hanger comes to your 8 o'clock, you want to commence your base leg turn. We're maintaining 1,000 feet and 90 knots on a track of 030. So just locate these lakes and memorize the positions for your circuit.
Roger.
A bit of a crosswind from the left on this downwind leg.
Yep, that's what we were expecting. Right, end of the runway, the hangar is coming up on my 8 o'clock now.
Okay, time to good look around.
Okay,
And
clear all round.
commence a turn on the base leg. So roll left, squeeze left. Check pitch attitude. And on the base leg, I'm going to commence a speed and a height reduction.
Roger.
So reducing power, maintaining pitch attitude to allow the speed to bleed off and to allow it descent. 80 knots coming up. One flap down. We're about 3/4 of a mile away from the runway threshold.
Roger.
Look right, no other traffic on final approach. And visualize extended runway center line.
Coming up
Commencing
about
turn
now.
now onto final approach. Landing light on. Orchard Sierra Alpha final 2-1. 2 flap, we got 65 knots there. Watch out for the tractor by the runway edge.
I see it.
And watch the rate of descent. Look out for the pylon. Estimate your glide paths. My aiming point is the cone, the first cone. Staying on the center line, maintaining 60 knots. Windsock, aiming point, airspeed. There's a trickle of power. I'm going to close the throttle after the pylon.
Roger.
So I'm going to lower the nose before I close the throttle. 60 knots coming up. There's a downdraft. We've undershot. I'm going to open a bit of power, reduce the rate of descent, lower the nose, close the throttle. About 55 on the hedge. Commencing round out, looking straight ahead at the end of the runway. Check airspeed, 52. There's a bit of a balloon there. Look out, straight ahead, check airspeed. Look out straight ahead, check airspeed, ease up. And touch down in a takeoff attitude. Allow the nose wheel to come down by itself with the stick fully back and apply brake. Just before the aircraft comes to a halt, release the brake and vacate the runway.
You call runway vacate?
Runway vacated.